Ares 4, Mission Log, Sol 1. Small introduction here for my first log. Here, on the Ares 4 mission, rescheduled after the whole Watney incident, whole crew changed, mission objectives changed, the whole shebang. This was going to be a regular old exploration mission, but ever since NASA left an astronaut here, things have changed. New mission, recover data, document our findings of Watney. Arriving at Schiaparelli crater, crew and I constructed the hab and other materials, all on schedule, but there were a few odd things. First off, the entire MAV might as well be scrap. The entire nose of the ship is gone, fuel tank's dead empty, has multiple holes, and there's shreds of old hab canvas on the ground. I wonder if it's Mr. Watney's doing. Well, that's a good sign. The entire reason we're here is to recover soil samples that he buried across Mars and reconstruct some of the broken supplies so we can make a bigger, better home base. Well, obviously you know this since you're NASA, but screw it. Well, I'm gonna get to bed. End transmission. Ares 4, Mission Log, Sol 6. I found the old makeshift rover NASA says what we should use for our travels. Even though it's really old, it's kinda obvious we should. Why wouldn't we? It's got makeshift workshop, triple the battery power, double the storage, months of carbon dioxide filters, and most importantly, it has all the life support equipment from Ares 3. Even better, it has the galaxy's only Martian-grown potatoes. I know, right? Right? It might not be cool for you, but I love gardening, so yeah. Plus, they may be worth billions of dollars USD, but whatever. We were sent here to recreate that rover and then drive it around to all the sites to recover essential parts of human history. Personally, I think it's a waste of 12.4 billion taxpayers' dollars. Maybe even more. But they think it's just fine. I'm gonna get some shut-eye. I'll come back to do an audio log mid-drive. End transmission. Ares 4, Mission Log, Sol 15. I really should be doing these more often. At least that's what Commander Williamson says. Found the first site. Apparently, this is where Mr. Watney got hit by a storm strong enough to destroy his radio. They couldn't get eyes on for weeks. Yikes. And also, the solar panels got near 0% efficiency, so he was stuck for a bit. I mean, technically, this isn't the first site I've gone to. From good old Mark Watney. There was this one ramp of sand that flipped his rover, but it's just a block of sand, so I didn't care. I'll call him once I get to landmark 9A, also known as Pathfinder. End transmission. Ares 4, Mission Log, Sol 16. Forgot this little bit of information for yesterday's logs, but apparently the soil Mark Watney grew his potatoes in is still in the potato box. I thought we were just bringing back a box of rotten mush, but no. Cool soil. Yeah, that's all. End transmission. Ares 4, Mission Log, Sol 24. Slight detour from landmark 9A. I decided to go to landmark 9B, just for fun. Story says Watney dug up a radioactive isotope and put it in his rover. The decaying nuclear bomb in his truck kept him nice and warm and a little cozy. Maybe a bit too cozy from the radiation, but whatever. Unfortunately, by the time he got here, it had already decayed and hadn't done much. It'll blow up on Sol 612, but by then it'll be long gone. That's all for today. End transmission. Ares 4, Mission Log, Sol 33. Made it to landmark 9A. Supposedly, good old Mark Watney dug up a Pathfinder here. An old probe that took pictures of Mars 35 years ago, way back in 1996. He used it to talk to NASA. Took some scrap parts that were left behind and moved on. Wow, this journey is uneventful. Please just have something happen. End transmission. Ares 3, mission log, Sol 1259. If you're reading this, you might notice something's up. Firstly, Ares 3. Secondly, Sol 1259. If you're wondering why, I got into his hab. Yippee! I hate it. So I got into his old rusty hab and counted up some supplies, and then I saw it. A little robot solar panel dog. It was left running in circles around the center of the hab. There was a little note on it. It read, "Keep Rover alive for me. Signed, Watney." This is Watney's dog. It's just a rover, but still, it's a dog to me. I've only heard stories about him before, but never knew it was true. End transmission. Ares 3, mission log, Sol 1268. It's been 9 days since the last transmission, and things are going well. We fixed the lopsided hab, brought in supplies, and made sure to give Sojourner, Rover the dog, ample sunlight. It was rough work today, but it had to be done. Suppose that's all. And wait. One more thing. We got Mark Watney's broken down solar panels working. That gives us 322.4% of our expected solar panel power. Yippee! End transmission. One last thing. Forgot to do. Yep, there it is. Fix the text. Alright, that's all. End transmission. Wow. Just, wow. Ares 4, mission log, Sol 70. I found Mr. Watney's diary. There's so much stuff here, over a year of video logs. There's him growing potatoes, getting in contact with Earth, making a makeshift rover, everything he did here is documented. And I found a lot of other things. Firstly, I found his airlock. You know, usually airlocks are on the hab. Nope. It was like 50 feet away, around that. I mean, it's basically just scrap. He replaced it with a tarp. There's a lot of other stuff here. There's electronics taped off. There's some essential tubing, wires, gears, lots of stuff. It's so interesting to see the history of a man stuck on a planet, or at least some broken remnants of it. End transmission. Ares 4, mission log, Sol 74. I finally checked out the soil samples I found, and wow. Firstly, I just want to mention that there's a lot of interesting stuff geologically going on here. I mean, I have no clue how to study it, that's NASA's job, but still, it's interesting. Next, I just found a video log dedicated to Mark Watney tearing apart the hab. According to NASA, he slowly and carefully cut along the seams to make a workshop for the insane, immense work. In reality, he just cut open a void in the seams to make a comfortable bedroom in his rover for sleeping. And honestly, I don't blame him. He was still careful, but it wasn't as particular as he said. I mean,
you did have to pull here the map and the surgical
yeah, never mind. There's a lot of fun stuff here. Just gonna go over it tomorrow. End transmission. Ares 4, mission log, Sol 74. I just threw up. Wanna know why? Probably not, but I don't care. I just saw a video log of Watney describing and dressing his wounds from the very beginning, when his crew thought he died. He walks in, antenna stuck through his chest, blood pouring down his EVA suit. Lord, it is bloody, red everywhere. He takes his seat and just tears it out of his chest with his bare hands. He takes off his shirt and starts taking out broken pieces of antenna with pliers. He then shoots himself with adrenaline to repair and staples the wound shut with an office stapler. God, that was horrible to watch. Why did they make us do this? Lord. Other than that, I went through his room and decided to sleep there. I mean, we needed to reuse the bedrooms, obviously. Nothing goes to waste. And Lord, there was some interesting stuff there. First off, there was some more Martian-grown potatoes, go botany, and a cut-up cross that was burnt. At first, I thought, wow, sacrilegious, but then I realized he's not sacrilegious, he's just smart. That sounded wrong. He took the cross, the only thing that could start a fire on the planet, and he needed a fire to make water, obviously. Yes, he made water. Like, made. From scratch. On Mars. A planet 24 light minutes away from the nearest human. The entire reason he was able to survive was that he took his old friend's cross and burned it up to destruction. Put some hydrogen, added oxygen, and burned. Boom. Water. Literally. Boom. Water. At first it blew up. Obviously it blew up. You're lighting hydrogen on fire. But still, interesting to see. That's all for today. End transmission. Ares 4, mission log, Sol 80. So apparently, Watney had a bath. Lord, that felt good. I haven't had a bath in months. Ugh. So yeah, that was fun. Oh, and I guess the actual importance of the whole reason we're here should be something I talk about. Everything's going well. Did a bit of sample work, sent the chemical composition to NASA, and they did their thing. Progress? I don't even know what we need the soil samples for. Obviously, research is important, but what are we even researching? Whatever. God, thinking about Mr. Watney, you realize something. He was the most resilient man, like, ever. And that amount of solitude he was in, alone for months and months, it's bewildering. In his first video log, bleeding from his chest, closing his wound with a stapler, he said, "I'm not gonna die up here. Screw you, Mars." Except he was a little less polite, obviously, but wow. That was the coldest thing ever. And in those conditions, that man is epic. To be able to survive that drastic environment only comes from a 1 in a billion person. I mean, technically, he's an astronaut, and NASA tends to choose 1 in a billion people to go to Mars, but still, wow. End transmission. Ares 4, mission log, Sol 91. 9 souls before my departure. Screw it. I'm bringing the dog. Not dog, sojourner, but I don't care. I know I can't bring anything back that isn't essential, but obviously the dog's essential. I'm leaving behind one of my crew. Dog's way more important. Just kidding, just kidding. They added spare room, but there's barely enough to hold him. I'm sure Watney will love him. Speaking of Watney, I forgot to mention he's still alive. And he helps train other astronauts. I actually got taught by him. He's an amazing trainer. Somehow even cooler than Commander Williamson. Just kidding. Well, time to start reloading the map with supplies and stuff. Part of the reason we're even here is for them to see what we say about what we learned from Watney's history. But no reason to do that. So I have to start uploading this to Earth, which will take the rest of the time here. So, my final words, I guess. Mars has been an experience, and learning about Watney has been an experience. To learn firsthand about absolutely legendary moments, where they happen, it's insane. I just think this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and to experience it is incredible. Well, I suppose those are my last thoughts. Astronaut Luke Conifer, signing off. End transmission.
Like and subscribe for more epic YouTube content! And also hit that bell for notifications